Some of you may have noticed I haven't been streaming that much. Perhaps you've noticed that I haven't really been active on Discord. Perhaps you've noticed I haven't really been putting out videos here on YouTube. I finally know what burnout feels like, and I think I'm ready to talk about it. So let's get into it. What's good? It's your boy Twiz. Something strange happened, man. About a week ago, I got really sick. And I was so sick, I couldn't do anything but sleep. I was forced to stay in bed. I didn't have any energy, and I was highly unmotivated to do anything. I took 5 days off of work, but I was relieved about one thing. I was relieved that I didn't have to stream, and that felt really strange. I actually took enjoyment from the fact that I couldn't stream. As I started to get better, I was wondering why that was, and I realized streaming was more like work. It was more like a chore. I wasn't really getting enjoyment from it. It felt more like an obligation, something I just had to do. And when I was sick to the point where I literally couldn't stream, I actually felt a sigh of relief that I had a legitimate excuse for not working. It wasn't always this way. I try to think, why do I feel this way about something I used to love? Why do I feel this way about something I used to enjoy? Why do I feel this way about something I used to look forward to? You know, and I couldn't really put my finger on it, but I kept trying to think about it. And it reminded me, I started thinking about when I first started. I started remembering my first days on YouTube. When I first started YouTube, man, I had a big falling out, my friends. I basically lost all my friends. We're not gonna get into what happened. Let's just say we all had a big falling out. And I needed something for me to do, something gaming related. And I wanted to meet people who also cared about video games. So I was like, hey, gaming's big on YouTube. I play games all the time. I can record myself playing games and talk about games and share my gameplay with people. I didn't know anything about editing video. I really didn't know anything about YouTube. But I decided to go ahead and upload some stuff. If you remember, my first YouTube videos were actually vlogs. It wasn't really Let's Plays. I actually just uploaded vlogs and my thoughts about various video games. Didn't really do too well. The only people that were watching it were my friends, I say a quotation mark, you know, and my family. But I still felt like I was being productive. I still felt like I was doing something useful, because when you're at the bottom, when you have 0 subs, when you're brand new, the only place you can look is up. Every 1 sub, you know, really means a lot. If somebody new leaves a comment on your video, it's like, oh wow, somebody noticed me. So I felt like the only way I can go is up. It was okay to make mistakes. It was expected I was gonna make mistakes because I was all the way at the bottom. Over time, I guess I started doing something right, or I was uploading the right videos at the right time, and people started subscribing to my channel. It wasn't a lot. It was just a little bit at a time, but still, it was a little bit that mattered. And I started taking that as a sign that I was doing something right, as a sign that people were enjoying my content, you know, and this was fun, and I was getting better. I was learning new techniques. I started using new editors, you know, I started getting more efficient at what I was doing. I started getting better at knowing what I was going to talk about. You know, I just, everything was improving. It was fun. It was actually fun. I remember I just spent about 4 hours a day, 4 to 5 days a week, just editing one video. I would just edit. I wanted to get good at editing. I was like, this is what you got to do to be a YouTuber. This is, if I get good at editing, I can be a YouTuber. I had stuff to look forward to, man, is what I'm getting at. So my goal that I set for myself, I said, I want to get 100 subs in a year. I want to be the nobody who comes out of nowhere and gets 100 subs in a year. And I know, especially now, I know 100 subs isn't really that big of a deal. Like, anybody who really puts serious effort into YouTube and actually puts out decent content, it's not really that hard to get 100 subs, especially if you're promoting yourself correctly. But still, I didn't know that at the time, and that was my goal. I achieved that goal in about 5 months, 5 or 6 months. Thank you for that, by the way. So I continued to look forward, I continued to look up, and I continued to try to grow, because I mean, yeah, I was having fun with it. And then I hit around 200 subs a couple months after that. I started getting to the point where I didn't really feel like I was growing as a YouTuber, as in my skills, the quality of my content, my skills. I didn't feel like my quality and content was growing at the same pace I was gaining subs. I started actually feeling like I was gaining subs faster than I should have. And I never told anybody this, but around the time I hit 200 subs, I had a panic attack. At least that's what I think I had. My heart was racing. I just wanted to yell. I just wanted to scream because I started thinking, you know, I am a phony. I'm not a real YouTuber. People were subscribing more and at a faster rate, and I did not feel like I deserved it. So if you know anything about me, if you actually watch my videos or watch how I've grown over time, I think you'll notice that I always try to improve in some area, whether it be audio, whether it be video content, or you know, like if you actually really compare my videos over time, I think you'll see there's progression. I'm doing something new. I am trying to evolve and trying to grow. It might not be immediately obvious, but if you look for it, you'll see that. Just listen to one of my videos I put out 6 months ago. You'll hear a difference in sound, right? So luckily around the time, my friend Casual Jake, Mr. Casual Jake over on Twitch actually, he told me that I should stream Dark Souls because I was getting ready to play Dark Souls anyway, gonna make a video on it. And he's like, hey, you should stream that. So I said, yeah, that was my first real stream. I streamed a couple times before that. I didn't take it serious, but Dark Souls was my first real stream. And man, I know he messaged a lot of people on Discord and got a lot of people in there, but I also had a lot of organic traffic coming to my Dark Souls stream. And I started feeling really good about streaming. I was like, yes, this is what I can do to up the ante. This is what I can do to up my skills as a YouTuber. This is what I can do to put myself on the map. So I got that feeling of excitement back. I started feeling like, okay, I might not be worthy of the amount of subs I have now or the amount of subs I'm getting, but I had a clear path on how to grow. I said I was going to get better as a streamer. I was going to get better doing this. I improved everything. I got a new microphone, got a new computer, got a new video card. You get what I'm saying? I upgraded everything, as well as I started learning how to use OBS better. I started using a mixer. Everything you can think of that was possible to improve, I started doing. Like the only real thing I don't really do, I don't really use a webcam. I have my reasons for not wanting to use one, at least now, maybe one day in the future. But that's really the only thing that you could say that I haven't definitely improved on, or at least tried to improve on. And on YouTube, I was actually growing pretty decently. It took me 5 months to get 100 subs. I started getting about 100 subs a week or 100 subs a month. Like I was getting subs at an insane rate, and I was only streaming 1 day a week. Now that I think about 1 or 2 days a week, and I was getting about 100 subs for that. That's why I shot up from around 300 subs, you know, to fucking, I think around 800. It just fucking went up really fast. But I felt like I was earning it because I was putting in the work. What I started doing, instead of just streaming 1 or 2 days a week, I started streaming every day. Do y'all remember that? Do y'all remember when I only streamed 1 day a week, but then I started streaming every day? Do you remember that? Because I felt like, hey, if I'm growing, I gotta put in the work to get there. So this is where I'm gonna say something that's kind of unpopular. The YouTube algorithm switched around the time I hit 700 subs, 700, 800 subs. No, actually, it actually switched before then, now that I think about it. But anyhow, the YouTube algorithm switched, man. It switched. As in, it was very obvious that something was wrong. People were messaging me, like I used to stream every Friday night at a certain time and every Saturday night at a certain time. And people would message me and be like, hey, I didn't get a notification. I didn't know you were live. I didn't know you streamed. I noticed my viewership was dropping. I noticed less new people were showing up to the streams. Obviously, the number one assumption is to assume it's because of something I'm doing wrong. I didn't know at the time that there was an algorithm switch. I didn't know at the time that YouTube algorithm was promoting different types of videos for different reasons. I didn't know at the time that YouTube was punishing people for saying bad words. And if you know me, I say a lot of profanity. Now, once again, I'm not gonna sit here and blame the algorithm 100% and say that any growth I didn't get was because the algorithm didn't favor me. But regardless, I do take personal responsibility for whether I grow or whether I don't. But still, to understand where I'm coming from, you have to understand how the algorithm affected me or affected my mental state. So for a while, man, I kind of just sucked it up, man. I was like, yeah, I'm doing something wrong. But I always had it in my mind, I'm doing something wrong now. But I'll do better. I'll get a better computer. I'll get a better microphone. I'll play better games. I felt like even though I'm messing up, that I could keep doing better. But still, the viewership stayed low. I was getting more and more subs, but having, like, I'm sitting here at 800 something subs, but I'm getting less viewerships, less watch time and everything than when I had 300 subs. Like, I couldn't understand it. And of course, later on, I come to realize that, hey, it's actually the YouTube algorithm switch. Like other people complaining about it and people start coming out about how they believe the algorithm works. And I realized it wasn't just me that was affected by the algorithm, or it wasn't just me that was losing viewership. Almost everybody that I associate with, all gamer type YouTube creators, most of them were affected by the algorithm. So that made me start feeling better. And around the time that I came to this realization is around the time I hit 1,000 subs. I hit 1,000 subs. I actually hit 1,000 subs at my 1 year mark on YouTube. And you guys helped with that, so thank you again for that. So well, let's get to where we're at now, man. This YouTube algorithm has kind of been sucking. I started looking at Twitch. Like the whole time I was actually multi-streaming to YouTube and Twitch, not the whole time, but somewhere in there I started streaming to both. And I said, you know what? Since I mostly do streams now and not really YouTube videos, I'm going to go ahead and just dedicate full time to Twitch. I'm gonna be a full Twitch affiliate. I'm still gonna do a couple streams here and there on YouTube, but I said, but I'm gonna actually stream completely to Twitch and not multi-stream. And I've been doing that. I've actually been growing on Twitch at a faster rate than I'm growing on YouTube. Well, that's not entirely true. Twitch is a more steady growth. Like, yeah, a couple followers here, a couple followers there, right? YouTube is spiky algorithm growth. Like, yes, I can stream 10 hours a day, 5 days a week and not gain a single sub. And then just one day out of the blue, I can just get 50 subs on just one video or one stream. And it really does show how much YouTube is algorithm based. It's good and bad. If the algorithm wants to promote you, you get subs. If it doesn't, nobody finds your content. Nobody knew. Twitch, you know, as long as you're streaming a game that people are searching for, if nobody else is playing it, guess what? You know, you're right there. People are going to follow you, or they're at least going to check you out and give you a chance. In some ways, it feels like Twitch is more fair, whereas YouTube is kind of like rolling dice and hoping you win. It's like playing the lottery, kind of. But they both have the pros and cons. But regardless, where am I at now, man? What's going on with me now? And why do I feel this way? See, ever since this, here's something I never told you guys. Ever since I hit 1,000 subs on YouTube, actually the day I hit 1,000 subs, I remember, or the day I recovered, because I went to sleep after that, man, I actually wanted to quit YouTube. And I know that sounds crazy. I know a lot of people that I know people still haven't gotten there yet. And it's like, how could you want to quit YouTube? Well, let me explain, man. Like I said earlier, when you're at the bottom, the only place you can look is up, and you feel good about all the possibilities. Once you start climbing that ladder, man, you start feeling that pull down. Anything that's slower than what you were doing the day before feels bad. YouTube was actually making me depressed. In fact, it still is. You know, I had a goal to hit 100 subs and I hit it. Part of me kind of wish I had stopped there. And I know that you don't really want to hear this. And I don't really, truth is, I don't really want to say it, but I also want to be honest with you guys and up front, man. So I'm letting you know what's on my mind, what I'm going through right now. So I hit 1,000 subs, but it's like, where am I going from here? I stream every day. I got a new computer, got a new microphone. I honestly don't know how I can really get better than what I currently am. Don't get me wrong. I know there's certain practices they teach. They say, stick within a certain genre, get a stream schedule. I know all that stuff, man. And I know that I'm not really doing that stuff, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying, what else can I do? What comes naturally to me? How can I bring my natural self to streaming, to Twitch, to YouTube, and actually make a difference? Playing various games every day, how does that make me special? How does that make me stand out? How does it make me feel that I'm giving you guys what you deserve to have? Quality content. I'm not doing anything that somebody else isn't doing, and they're probably doing it better. They're probably following those best practices. It probably isn't a pain in the ass for them to have a schedule. It probably isn't a pain in the ass for them to, you know, stick within a certain genre. I can't do that. I'm too chaotic of a person. My life is too chaotic. That's just how I am. So I sit here and I wonder why I even do this anymore. I was forced to think about this stuff, man. I was forced to think about this. So I hit 1,000 subs. You want to know why I kept going after I hit 1,000 subs? Because I felt like I had to get back to y'all. If you haven't figured it out, it's a constant theme. I'm not really the type of person to just fucking look down on what others have done for me. All you guys who watch my channel, who support my content, you guys have been here supporting me and keeping me going at my hardest times. You guys helped me hit my goal. You guys helped me realize that on some level that you value the content I'm putting out. Something about what I'm doing, you guys supported on various levels. Some of y'all show up to every single stream. Some of y'all pop in every once in a while. You know, some of y'all are on, even if you don't show up to stream, you're active on Discord and you help keep the Discord alive. So I felt like I had to keep doing this for those who believed in me, for those who wanted to support me. It wouldn't be fair for me just to say, well, I hit my goal. Haha, I'm done. Fuck you, you know? No. And that's why I kept going. That's why I'm still here. So this is about 2 years later. So I hit 1,000 subs in about a year. I'm at 1,300 on my second year, right? Think about that for a second. It took me, in 1 year, I got 1,000 subs. The second year, I get 300 subs. I'm still gonna say algorithm. You can say it's not. You can just say my content started going downhill if you want. But I'm just gonna say algorithm, and I don't have a problem with it. I'm not bitching about that. I'm actually coming to grips and understanding that that's just the way it is. I already came to the understanding that's how it is. Now I'm just being honest with myself. What is my goal? What is my purpose for being here? What is my purpose for making videos? What is my purpose for streaming every day? I'm not getting enjoyment from it, guys. Not the way I'm currently doing it. So let's talk about what we're gonna do going forward. Does this mean I'm gonna quit YouTube? Does this gonna mean I'm gonna quit Twitch? No. But now that I gave you the backstory of where I came from, it's time that we talk about where I'm going. I messed up at first when I started on YouTube. I messed up by making this about growth because I don't control if my channel grows or not. I don't control that. Y'all control that. The people who haven't yet found my channel that watch a video and they're on the fence to get if they're gonna sub or not, they control that. I can't make my happiness about the actions of somebody else. You follow? I can't make my happiness be determined on what somebody else chooses to do on a whim. So when I set that goal of getting 100 subs in a year, that was a mistake. And because I didn't know better, I continued seeing my happiness as far as my subscriber and follower growth, which also was a mistake. What I plan to do now, because it would also be a mistake to just quit, because I built something here. A lot of people like me, you know, I know people who started around the same time I did, and they quit before they got this far. They literally up and quit YouTube. Or they're struggling to find a motivation to even get here. I know people who haven't even made it to 1,000 subs. I still kind of wonder how I did. So yes, there is still that part of me that's like, no, I can't just throw this away. But I have to start doing things different. Some of you guys might not even realize I'm doing anything different. I expect a lot of y'all will think that it's just another day. It's just Twiz. Right? But to those of y'all who notice that there's changes to my channel, to those of y'all who have noticed that there's changes to my pattern, to those of y'all who notice that I'm just behaving a little bit different, this is to offer context as to why I'm doing it. I am a chaotic individual. I always want to do something different. Every week I want to do something different. I have multiple talents, or I have multiple things that I want to do and get good at. And I want to make my channel and what I do more about me as a chaotic individual. I don't want to just sit here and I know you don't want to hear this, but I don't want to just sit here and just play a random game every day. I mean, this doesn't mean I'm going to stop streaming games, because here's also the thing about it. I am a gamer, and I do like playing games every day, and I don't like the idea of playing games off stream. So there will still be plenty of game streams, but you're going to also see other stuff. Like earlier in the week or last week, I started streaming myself developing a game. I know how to program. I know how to use Unity. I was streaming myself actually working on a video game. You know, expect me to do some streams where I'm just chatting and we're just going to talk about whatever's going on. Remember, I am a gamer, and I expect a good 50 to 75% of what I do to be game related. But you know what? Sometimes I want to talk about stuff that's not about video games. I like vlogging. You know, some people responded pretty well to my vlogging. I like talking about different topics. You know, I like streaming when I feel like streaming. That's the direction you're gonna start seeing my channel. And also for the YouTube algorithm, I was trying to only put out one video a day. I was trying just to make the video short and sweet and whatever. I'm gonna just start doing whatever I want. If I want to put out 5 videos a day, I'm going to. There's 5 different things I want to talk about. That's what I'm going to do. I don't really care about my channel growth anymore. The only thing I want to do, only thing I care about is putting out content. If you want to see the content, if I put out a video that has a title that you like and you want to check it out, check it out. If I put out a video that you don't. If the algorithm supports me, I don't care anymore, man. Because trying to care or caring about that stuff is causing me to be unhappy. I just want to be me. I just want to be chaotic. I just want to do what I can do. And ironically, man, the whole time I've been wondering, what can I do that's different than everybody else? I don't know. How about be my fucking self? You know, like really, it's really that easy, man. So that's where we're at, man. So I'm sorry about this long video. I don't know how many people made it to the end. I don't even know how badly it needs to be edited. I'm not gonna edit this video at all. I don't care. I'm just gonna put it up like this and hope for the best, man. Expect there to be more videos on YouTube. What is my release schedule? You might be wondering, oh, well, what is your release schedule? I don't know. Whenever I feel like. But I can say this, because I'm actually just doing whatever I feel like, and I'm not second guessing myself and worrying about the algorithm and worrying about the views, because I spend a lot of time worrying, trying to handpick what I talk about, how I talk about it, re-recording my videos, re-edit, because I'm not really going to worry about all of that. Don't be too surprised if I'm putting out content at a faster pace than I was before. It's amazing that now that I don't give a shit, that I'm probably gonna be putting out more content. How does that shit fucking work? How does it? I don't know how that works. You tell me how that works. I don't get it. Right? As far as my streams, I will continue to stream to YouTube and Twitch. I advise, however, I highly advise, if you're not following me on Twitch, that you go ahead and do that, because I do find Twitch kind of better for the way I like to stream, because I like the game hop. Sometimes I like to play a different game every hour, and because I can just play whatever I want without having to make a thumbnail and edit all the metadata and everything, because I can just do that on Twitch. I find Twitch streaming a lot better for my play style. So follow me on Twitch if you haven't. You can find a link in the description below. Look up your boy Twiz on Twitch. I'm still gonna stream here on YouTube. There's still gonna be YouTube streams, but just know things are changing, man. And really, I personally don't think it's bad, right? Because like I said, I'm really just gonna be putting out more content. So you know what I'm saying? You don't have to watch everything I put out. If I put out something you don't like, you don't gotta watch it, you know? But for those of you who are bored, or you do want extra content, hopefully I have something for you, man. And we'll just do this for a while and see how well it works. Not that I really care, because I'm just doing whatever I want. No, I mean, I do care. To say that I don't care if I grow or not, to say that I don't care if I'm putting out content that people like, that's a lie. That's not true. I actually do want to put out content that people like, but I can't make anybody else happy until I make myself happy. So the content I'm doing is more focused on me just doing what makes me happy, and then I hope it makes you happy, right? So hopefully we can find a balance to where we're both happy. That's really all I have to say on this subject. Sorry for the video being so long and unedited. I might edit a little bit, I don't know. Anyhow, I'm your boy Twiz. Don't forget to like, comment, follow, and subscribe. And as always, man, thank you so much for supporting my channel. Laters, y'all.